Unavoidable male Canon events. Let's see what this nigga's talking about.
Male Canon events. First up, fumbling a 10 out of 10. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst ones in my opinion. Reason why we've all been through this. There's always been that one girl that you thought you had in the bag. I mean, she was fine, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, in your mind, she goes band for band with SZA, Lotto, and Ruby Rose. Like, you feel me? And for some wild reason, you think you actually have a chance with that girl. You try to get her, and you're doing good, and then randomly one day, she just goes. And for the rest of that week, you're just contemplating, scrolling through your text, looking.
I'm trying to remember if I had a instance where I fumbled a 10 out of 10. Cause I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, I do not date pretty girls. I've never been. Everybody's been through that. Like, I was the one black kid that everybody didn't like and everybody made fun of. You know, a lot of people who are dark melanated relate. You know what I'm saying? We used to get bullied to death, to oblivion. So I just immediately said I'm not talking to pretty girls because they automatically think I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? That was me up until I turned like 18. Like, nah. So I did fumble bags before, but nigga, they weren't pretty, nigga. They were like street level villains, my nigga.
At what you could possibly have done wrong. Thinking maybe she forgot about the text, maybe you said a weird joke, or just something random. Just whatever your brain can imagine for her to actually ghost you, because of course it's not just you. Well, nigga, hate to break it to you, she likes a guy and it's not you. Game is game. And the worst part about it is that oftentimes the next week she ends up hard launching with her new man. And when you see him, it's somebody you don't even think is better than you. Well, brother, hate to break it to you, but he is. And then when they eventually break up, you're gonna be right back on her feet begging for her to take you back. But before that, you will go through the I hate that bitch phase. After every man goes through a heartbreak, they always hate the girl for a little bit. It's inevitable, bro. Every single bad thing that you've noticed and garnered about her in the past couple of years, it just kind of comes flowing back into your brain in one rushing, angry moment until it eventually boils over and you realize you don't really hate her. You're just sad that she's gone. But you still go through the phase, though. And then you get sad and you're a little bit depressed and you're wondering.
I never had a phase. What's up with me, bro? Am I just like an alien or what? I never had a phase of, well, heartbreak, hating. I don't want to say hate her. I normally hate women. Like, when you go through a heartbreak, my nigga, you hate every female in the galaxy. And ain't it crazy that when you go through a heartbreak, my nigga, when you go through a heartbreak, shit worse happens. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nigga, you go to a heartbreak, nigga, and then the next week, your fucking mom smacks the shit out of you because your grades are bad. And then the next week after that, you have to give up your dog. Like, nigga, it's a fucking trigger effect, nigga. It's a fucking domino effect of pure pain. When you go through a heartbreak with a woman, shit will go left very, very fast, nigga. Which is kind of crazy, because it's crazy that it's better for us to leave. Because when we leave the heartbreak, like when we leave the relationship, we won't have to deal with the domino effect because we chose when to leave. You know what I'm saying? So if your girl cheating on you, nigga, you like, you know what, nigga, I'm tired of your bullshit. You talking to me crazy. Boom, I leave. Nah, nigga, you love her so much. God, for some reason, threatens your entire existence because he believes that you're an idiot. So he's like, this nigga, I just gave this nigga a pass to leave. Oh, he don't want to do that? I bet. Take his dog, take his money, take everything once that bitch leave. Take everything. Why, Jesus? I thought we were in unison. I thought we were together. Like, I never understand that shit to this day. I never understand it. So, for anybody who's in a relationship and you hate your girl, leave, nigga. It's gonna go bad.
And why it didn't work out. Maybe you'll never find love again. Maybe something else won't happen. I don't know. You just stress. But usually you end up doing all of this stressing late at night. Which leads you to the third male Canon event. 3 a.m. motivational workout. I can speak for all of us. We've all been through. Whether it was a breakup or a heartbreak, or maybe you just realized you're a bum. You went through that phase where you thought at 3 a.m. in the morning, you was gonna change the world. You started doing push-ups, started watching David Goggins videos. And you're up all night feeling motivated and thinking that you're finna rule the world.
There has to be a scientific reasoning as to why we get 3. It's literally between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Why do we get random bursts of energy? Why does that even happen? Why does that even occur? Why? And don't be talking. Listen, my nigga, don't be on a PlayStation party with your bros at 3 in the morning. Because that's where true motivation fucking comes to play, nigga. I remember being not on FaceTime, but being on PlayStation, nigga, 3 a.m., COVID time. Mind you, 245 pounds of pure DoorDash fat grease. Chilling, talking to the homeboys. Just random burst of motivation. Yo, and we were on 2K20. And then we were like, yo, every time we miss a shot, we got to do 10 push-ups. Nigga, after like 5 a.m., nigga, ask me when was the next time I did push-ups, nigga. When my girl at the time left me, my nigga. That's the next time I did a fucking push-up. So all that 3 a.m. motivational shit, I probably did, I ain't gonna lie, I was trash at 2K20. I probably did like 60 push-ups. And then 8 months later, crying tears booger down my nose, I started doing push-ups. I don't understand why is that even a thing. I don't understand why in our psyche, late nights we get motivation. Why? Why is that even a thing? Why does that occur? Why does that happen? Why?
Finna be the most swole, chiseled, drizzled, gizzled, diggled, fadiddled, top tier man that you can be. And then you wake up after you pass out on the floor from doing all of them push-ups. Look at your surroundings, realize your room is still dirty, and then eventually come to the realization that you'll never be that guy. But you know something else that can send you into this motivational arc? Canon event number 4, going bald. I promise you, every single person watching this video has gone through this phase, and most of the time it's because of your dad. Brother, I am gonna tell you right now, for the first 5 years of my life, I had to be completely butt naked Michael Jordan bald, because when my dad was 28, he stopped growing hair, and ever since that day he decided that he didn't want me to grow hair either. And it was the most aggravating thing of my life, and I'm sure every single one of y'all went through that same thing. And the worst part about it is that after he allowed me to have hair, he only allowed my hair to get to a certain length, which is known as the bald fade, which most
bald fade, I've never gotten bald ever in the history of life. But the bald fade, my nigga? The bald fade, it has to be I want to know what's a white Canon event. I want to know what's white people's version of Canon events, bro. Because blacks, Hispanics, we really go through that shit. Like, black and Hispanics and, like, Middle Eastern, we all go through that Canon event. We all go through the same Canon event because we all have immigrant parents. You know what I'm saying? And Africans, too. But, like, I want to know what's a white version. Like, a white guy, picket fence, mom, dad, dog named Bishop, sister named Haley. You know what I'm saying? 2 dogs, actually, Duke and Lola. What's the white version Canon event for y'all? What is it? Tuna casserole and fucking money? Is that y'all shit? You tumbleweed and money? Like, mom's name is Susan? The fuck is y'all Canon event? I want to know what y'all Canon event is, bro. So let me know in the comments. What's the white version of a Canon event? Because obviously, male Canon events is universal, right? But you niggas got some Canon events, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some shit. This is more towards every male, really, but 3 or 4 groups of male can relate to it most than every other, group. I'm not trying to make this racial, but I want to know what's your male Canon event, bro.
Most of us have gone through, especially black children. And the worst part about this is that back then, when I was growing up, the mohawk was very popular. It was during the LaMelo.
Yo, I remember what the fuck? I remember I had a mohawk, bro. And mind you, my dad was actually the opposite. My dad wasn't like, yo, get the baldy or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. No, it was more like, nigga, get whatever you want. I don't care. Mind you, he wasn't really part of my life like that, so it makes sense. I had the baldy from my mom and my grandpa, because they said, yo, you need to get a baldy. Cool. Bro, I probably hit like 4th grade, bro. And I just started letting my hair grow, and I had a nice little mohawk. Boy, I felt like the motherfucking, I felt like niggas stop playing with me, nigga. You know what my name is? My name is Jameis with the Ramus, nigga. Like, I felt cool. Yo, but then this dumb, stupid-ass teacher, bro, Miss M, I hate you to this day, because you was gargling the delinquent YNs, the baby YNs, and you would see me with a mohawk. She was like, what the fuck is that? You know what type of ass whooping I got because of her? My mom was chill up until Miss M was like, oh, this is unacceptable. Nigga, there's a little kid with fake tattoos, drawing guns, and dreads at like 9 years old. But you're looking at me, you like me. That's your problem. You see the aura, big ass dick. Nigga, why? Nah, that's crazy though, right? Nah, that's crazy. I apologize. I didn't mean it in a weird predatory manner. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Oh, Odell, Mohawk fade, and everybody and their mother wanted a Mohawk. And I wanted that so bad,
Absolutely.
but no, I couldn't get it because my dad said, and I quote, if you get a Mohawk, you have to walk around naked everywhere because the Mohawk tribe did. Yeah, I don't know why that nigga said that. That was some fucked up shit. But basically, he was just trying to get me to be bald like him. So, hey, yeah, I guess it kind of worked. For a little bit. Now we got these. But something else that
Okay, I thought I was bugging for a second.
was help them around the house. And one thing that I know for sure that we all went through was our dads getting mad at us when we didn't hand them their tools fast enough. My brother in Christ, I have almost been shot, almost lost my life. Heck, I thought I had AIDS at one point. But I have never been more scared in my life than when I used to help my dad do work around the crib. Because for some reason, dads just have a big fascination with doing mechanical work around the house. And while they're actively doing this act of stupidity, most likely messing up the whole house, they decide to exert their frustrations on their kid that they told them to help. And my brother,
absolutely, nigga. My dad wasn't really helping with the mechanical. My dad really wasn't. Like, he knows how to do everything. For some reason, you know what's a male Canon event? When you have a dad around, not absent, when you have like a present father, it could be the nigga see you once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. That nigga knows how to do everything. A male Canon event that I experienced, that some of y'all might have experienced, y'all let me know, is old. It's an old father, meaning a dad who's not really a common age. Like, my dad is 63 years old, and I'm 22. The nigga had me at 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga had me at 40. So having an old dad is definitely a male Canon event. And having a dad who knows how to do everything, because he was born when George Washington was president, and then trying to help him with just picking up a table, my nigga. I remember I had to help my dad pick up a table because we were moving into an apartment. Dominican nigga. Dominican OG. Old head. Old YN nigga too for a Dominican. Yo, the amount of swear words. The nigga wished I was never born. The nigga wished I died like 95 times. The nigga wished that I was never around. The nigga would rather break his back in 4 different places than see me be a bitch ass nigga trying to lift this shit up. Guess how old I was, my nigga? I was 7. Nigga, I was 7. What do you expect me to do? I hardly know Spanish because I'm in fucking school. I hardly know what to do because you're speaking in fucking tongues. Yeah, do this. And then do that. You got it? I'm like, what? Shut the fuck up, nigga. You don't know what you're doing. Leave me alone. Get out of here. God forbid you show any ounce of frustration to your father. Nigga, you're dead. You're dead.
brother in Christ, I know every single person watching this video can relate. If you didn't hand your dad that tool as soon as he asked you to, or if you moved a tiny little bit when he asked you to shine the flashlight somewhere, the amount of anger and rage that man will exert onto your body would be scarier than meeting a polar bear in the Arctic who hasn't eaten for weeks. And honestly, I've experienced a lot of trauma from doing stuff like this. Like, the amount of trauma I've gone through from just holding tools is probably equivalent to the slaves back in olden times. But after this, as a kid, you know, you can get pretty traumatized, scared, but also angry from what your father did. So angry that you even think about potentially fighting him. It would also be the worst mistake you ever made in your life because he will beat your ass. Every single man in his life has thought about fighting his dad. I say fighting for a reason because you will never beat him. I don't know what it is about.
Thankfully, right? Because I had to fight my dad. Nigga, does it matter? I don't care. I don't mind speaking about it because it's way past me, bro. My dad was beating the shit out of my mom, and at one point I had to fight that nigga. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm so happy that he was a lot older than me. Mind you, he was still putting hands like crazy, like Mike Tyson at age 80 when he was doing it. But when I put my hands on him, I won. But I never felt like I was superior towards him. Never. I never felt that. I felt bad. I'm like, nigga, I had to beat your ass up. Now you understand me. Now we have to respect each other. Now he respects me. I had to whoop your ass for you to respect me? Come on, gang. I'm 16. I'm supposed to be shaking in my boots. I'll tell you this right now though, because I have older siblings though, them niggas, oh hell nah, nigga, them niggas. I remember my dad, mind you, my sister, she's 6'1", she's pretty tall, nigga. When she turned like 22 years old, and she's a lot older than me now, she's like in her mid-30s. She had to deal with my dad in his prime. And I remember one time she said she was not listening to that nigga, and that nigga picked her up by her neck. Yo, I'm telling you right now, nigga, if I was around with them, I would have died. Definitely would have lost every single fight. That nigga's dark side. He's Dominican dark side. I would have never existed.
Fathers, but like they will never lose to their son. Period. Especially if it's fist. Like you could be 6'5", 280. Matter of fact, you made John Jones call you his pappy. But as soon as you run into your 5'9" father, he will beat the living breaks out of you. And even though we all wanted to fight our father, we none of us have actually did it because we knew the reality of that. I actually almost did it one time, and there's a reason why I said almost, because I realized very soon that I would get my ass absolutely plastered. And I love my life way too much to ever do that to myself. Once you realize that you can't possibly beat your father, you go from fight to flight. Which leads me to thing number 6, running away. Every man has thought about running away from home. Brother, I cannot explain to you how many times I thought about running away as a kid. The crazy part about it is I live in a 2-parent household, suburban home, live in Nashville, Tennessee, a predominantly white city. I live in the suburbs of the suburbs. You will see white people walking their dogs and kids playing in the street. I live a good life. I had a good childhood. I even went to private school. But for some reason, whenever my mom pissed me off or my dad did something I didn't want to like, I always thought about getting a big ass stick, a little red piece of cloth, tying it together, and putting all of the important stuff in my life, like the PS4, in the sack, and walking right out. I feel like this is a Canon event, not just for guys. I feel like it's everybody. We as men are the ones who are actually the closest to doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, one time I literally started packing my bags because my mom pissed me off so much. And I was almost done doing it. I was so close to committing. And then I realized how badly my mom would beat my ass if I actually ran away, so I just stayed. And that's what usually happens, because it's never worth the beating, because they will find you. But usually that type of stuff would happen when you get grounded. And something else you would do when you're grounded is thing number 7, reading a Diary of Wimpy Kid book. I don't know why we all did this, but we all read that book in our floor whenever.
I mean, I never read it. What? Y'all niggas were able to read? I wasn't able to read. Not like that, but like, I used to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid in school. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I realized a lot of you niggas, I thought I went through traumatic experiences. Bro, I can only relate to maybe 3 of these shits. 3 out of 6. You niggas get beat and destroyed, and damn, nigga, shit.
Whenever our parents took away our phones or our PS4s or whatever, like it was just Canon event to the fullest. And if you wasn't a guy, if you was a girl, you would probably read the Dork Diaries. I feel like guys also read the Big Nate books, stuff like that. It's just that same type of category genre. And I would always get those books at the Scholastic Book Fair too, bro. Cause like, nigga, whenever that boy Jeff Kinney cooked up a book, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was on they seats, on they toilet, locked into them joints. I'm not gonna lie. But something that's also tough though is number 8. Realize that you will never go pro in the sport you love. You know, as a man, I feel like this is actually the most heartbreaking thing you can go through. Because yeah, fumbling a 10 out of 10 is bad, but there will always be more fish in the sea. With your sport though, you only really get one chance at this. And once you finally had that moment of realization that you will never go pro in your sport, whether it's basketball, football, it's truly one of the most heartbreaking things you can ever go through. I remember I was a big basketball player back in middle school, and when I got to high school, I thought it was gonna be the same thing. And then one random day, Darius Garland pulled up to my local gym, and I realized very quickly that NBA was never gonna be a reality. But I was delusional.
This nigga talking about Darius Garland pulling up on a nigga. I found that shit out very quickly, bro. But it wasn't like, it's just reality, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas had to get a job at a young age. Like, I had to help my mom. Like, that's kind of fucked up. It's kind of weird how life is, bro. Like, you would have to go through something like that, or like you will have to realize that you're not able to do something because life itself is not letting you do it. Like that shit fucks with me, bro. It fucks with me to this day. It's like, damn, it's really like, I don't want to say it like this, but it's really like my mom and my dad's fault that a nigga can't even play sports. Cause really, whose fault? It ain't my fault, nigga. I'm new. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. I just got here. Damn. See, this is why I can't have kids yet, bro. Cause I'm telling you, bro, my kids need to see. They need to experience greatness, nigga. They like, no kid should deserve misery. Obviously, misery helps so well, but no.
So I thought, you know what, maybe if I really ball out my freshman year, I can get some looks. You know, I could really go crazy in a good route leading up to my senior year. Well, I was a JV bench player. And I was good too. I was averaging like 20 points a game, but the coaches just didn't mess with me. But then I thought, you know what, maybe the coaches are just, you feel me, purely hating on me, which they were. But then I thought, you know what, maybe I need to transfer somewhere to get more PT. Maybe that's what I really needed. And then I realized that I was never gonna grow past the height of 5'9". I haven't grown since freshman year. So yeah, I'm basically trying to say I'm fried. But every man has to go through that phase to realize you're just a regular guy. Just because every motivational speaker tells you that you can do whatever you want in this life doesn't mean you actually can do it. I'm just keeping it real, because I'm sorry, buddy, if you're 5'4" and you're trying to be an NBA basketball player in this economy, in this league, I'm gonna be honest, brother, we have Wimby's playing point guard, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. That's 100% fact. Let me tell you something right now, bro. No disrespect to my current partner that I'm with, but I need to have some big babies in order for them to even be eligible to play in the league. You know what I'm saying? Minimum 6'2". Minimum 6'2". Minimum 6'2". So mind you, I'm 6'1". That means my girl got to be at least 6'4", or at least 5'11", if I'm trying to have NBA babies. If not, you know. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, some of y'all niggas should blame y'all mom and y'all dad, bro, because your dad likes dating bad females, good looking females. Mind you, the baddest females are usually between the height of 5'2" to 5'6". My nigga, you 5'7". Ask yourself why the fuck you 5'7". Blame your dad. He likes that bad bitch and shit. He likes those 10 out of 10s, nigga. If he could have dealt with a 0 out of 10, 6'3", mind you, your dad is 6'1", you would have had a mini John Wall. But no, nigga wanted to date the baddest bitch in the West Coast. Like, I apologize, nigga. I apologize for you.
You're not Muggsy Bogues, bro. Another tough realization that we've all been through. Realizing that you're in the friend zone. And I don't care who you think you is. We've all been in this Canon Event. As a guy, we've all thought once, if we were a good enough friend to a girl, that she would eventually crack and decide to settle down with us. But another Canon event that we've all been through is realizing that that's not how life works. As a matter of fact, she actually knows that you like her, yet she doesn't care and she'll still use you for free car rides.
Let me tell you niggas right now, bro, there's no reason why, and I stand on this, why this should be, at my age, I'm 22 right now, living in the real life, nigga. I have a job, I'm a janitor wiping toilets, it is what it is. There's no reason why men and women should even be friends, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the only way I see that happening is if your friend is chopped, both ways, mutual agreement that you were ugly and there's no chance of hell I can never even see you like that, or y'all grew up together, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Like, meeting a female friend at a club, what you think gonna happen, bro? I'm gonna want a piece. You know how many female best friends I had growing up, bro? And all of them were bad. They weren't ugly. All of them were bad. And I wanted to smash every single one of them because I'm young. Ask me if I smashed any of them. No. And they knew that. They know that. So what the fuck I look like trying to be friends with a female now? Like, what the fuck? Be friends with a female. Bro, what? Bro, tell me. Bro. Being friends with a female is literally having to listen to, you know how when you have a girlfriend at some point, they just start yapping. I'm not talking about you, baby girl, but it's like yapping. And you just wish that they shut up. But you care, you deal with it because you love her and you care for her and she's actually your partner. You mean to tell me you're going to deal with somebody yapping and she's just your friend? Like, you don't get no benefits? You ain't getting no little kissy, no little wagga? Nigga, no. I'll hang up the phone. Like, you ain't mine, man. Where to me?
Free money, free food, and free attention. This is one of the toughest realities we had to learn as a man, but every man has to go through it. I remember I was 13 and there was this girl I liked and she broke her foot. So I offered literally carry her around the school because we were just good friends. She ended up She actually ended up getting pregnant by another guy at 13, but that's a different story.
That's
Another
crazy.
pain that we all had to go through is going to the bathroom in a public setting and not knowing the urinal roll. And every single guy watching this video knows exactly what I'm talking about. I remember I was a kid, I was at my school, and it was like a student-teacher day or whatever, I don't know. And for some reason, the parents were on campus. And I walked into the bathroom, and there was a grown-ass man using the left urinal. And the middle and right one were open. And according to the urinal rule, if there are 3 urinals, you have to use the left, you have to use the right, and there's the center one, it's the only one available. You wait your turn. Unless they have blockers and binders where you don't gotta see another man's pee. But as a kid, I didn't know that, so I ended up using the middle one right beside him. And I remember to this day, the look that this man gave me was a look of absolute disgust. I'm not gonna lie. And as soon as he got done pissing, turned to me, patted me on the back, and said, "Son, heads up, whenever you use the bathroom, you never piss right beside another man." I've never seen that man ever again, but I thank that man for truly changing my life. But this is one of those rules that once you learn it, never forget it, or else niggas will clown you. Something else that we've all been through in the bathroom, though, is being around that one kid who decides to just pull down his whole pants just to take a little piss in the urinal. Back in elementary school, you know, brother, this one was horrible. Usually, it will be the special ed kids, but at the same time, it's like, brother, please have some common sense.
I have a confession for y'all, my nigga. There was one nigga, bro. He was in the special ed class. I remember his name. His name was M. Bro, that nigga was packing, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Middle school, like 7th grade, bro. I remember he pulled up. His voice was very, like, squeaky, so people would make fun of him because he had a squeaky voice. Bro, that nigga would stand up and you know, girls would flirt with, like, bro, my school was fucked up, bro. So girls would flirt with him on purpose to see how big his shit was. You know how fucked up that shit was, bro. Mind you, he's not aware, so he's just excited and he doesn't know how to act. So you will see the nigga. Bro, hold on, bro. You niggas think I'm lying. So you will see the nigga, right? Mind you, not normal. Well, I don't want to say that. Not aware of the situation, not aware of social cues. A girl would say hi, "Oh, you look cute." He would be like, oh, "Thank you, teacher." Damn, that's fucked up, bro. Teacher, I gotta use the bathroom. Nigga would get up, bro. Get up. 7th grade, by the way. Nigga would get up. Teacher, I gotta use the bathroom. Like, nigga, you in 7th grade, bro? Nigga will be packing in the 7th grade, bro. That's ridiculous, bro. There should be no reason why a nigga in the 7th grade have, like, no. Like, the nigga was, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
usually they would be farting too, and they would just thinking this. But at the same time, we've all done it when we was younger, and then we had a grown man walk into the bathroom and instruct us to never do that again, and then we changed our ways. Something that we haven't changed as guys is number 11 or 12, I don't know at this point. Putting your hands in your pants for warmth on an ice cold freezing day. This one I know we've all done. I'm actually doing it right now, I'm not gonna lie. And no matter if you want to be honest or deny it, we've all done it. Let's just keep it real. And it's amazing. It's one of the most sensational feelings ever. The
most sensational feelings ever is putting your hands in your pants, right? You cupping your balls, or you just like doing this with your balls and you smelling your musk. That is the most beautiful, incredible, grateful feeling of all time. Mind you, this is when you're clean, not dirty. You could just be laying down, have your hand in your balls right like this, and just musk. Don't smell bad, don't smell good. It just smells like I can't explain it. Your pheromones. Your male pheromones is in your balls, and when you touch it, it just feels like, nigga, you just have your hand in your balls. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You cannot tell me you've never done that. You can't tell me that you've never done it. I've done it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, my nigga.
To put your hand next to life, it's amazing. I don't know, it's just vibey. Here's the thing with this, though. You gotta be very careful where you do this act, because doing it while nobody's around is cool, but if you're in a crowded room space and you just got your hands in your pants, like, brother, who raised you? That's where the creep allegations come in, and you don't want that. They don't understand, but at the same time, let be classy. But speaking of balls, the next Canon event that we've all been through is chilling around the house playing GTA or Fortnite or something, and then all of a sudden, randomly, you just feel a sharp pain in your balls, and you just start clenching them. You start grabbing them. You start praying to God because you think that you'll never have kids again. You start wondering if you have cancer, or maybe you got an STD, or maybe if you gooned too much. I don't know what you did. And then after it goes away, you immediately get on your knees and pray to God, promising him you would never jerk off again if he heals your pain. And then 3 nights later, you end up jerking off again. But hey, game is game. But after you goon, you get a negative feeling. You feel shame. You promise to God you will never do it again, yet you feel defeated. See, this right here is what we call post-nut clarity, which is the next canon event, and probably the most popular one, because the only time that you won't feel this is after the first one you do, back when you were most likely younger, which is sick. Honestly, it's sad that so many little kids are gooning, but it's whatever, I guess. And after that first goon, you felt alive. You felt like you just discovered the greatest thing on earth. Then after that second one, you really quickly realized that you just formed and started an addiction that you'll be very lucky to get out of. There's downhill, and you just keep on getting more downhill until you eventually stop and become a better human being, which a lot of y'all haven't done. Let's just keep it real. At the same time though, you will never escape post-nut clarity, even though I had one homie who did it like 10 times a day, and apparently he just stopped having it, but he also looked very depressed, so I think he just had it permanently. You already know what I'm finna say though. Game is game, jizzle is jizzle, and don't fiddle your pickle. Let's get to it. But it's a part of being a man, and game is game.
I never had to deal with that. I never had to deal with like nigga, I goon. So it's like I goon maybe once a night. It was bad. It was really bad at one point though. I used to goon like, I remember I'd goon like 13 times in a day, bro. My pickle was hurting. That shit was bad. But I never understand like, why would I be depressed? I would never be depressed, if that makes sense. I'll just do it to go to sleep. But I couldn't go to sleep that night, and I just kept doing it. I ain't gonna lie, I just kept doing it.
That's just how life is. When you retain that though, you will get superpowers. Powers that would never be feasible to that average gooning man. And you do that as soon as you get into the next canon event, aka semen retention. Every single man has gone through this. I don't care what y'all say. We've all gone through semen retention. We thought that by holding our seed, we would turn into spiritual soul or something. In all reality, you kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of get superpowers. You feel like you can move mountains, start thinking more clearly, you start getting more ideas. There's really no negative to holding your seed. And then we eventually all fail. But at the same time, we keep on going. But the first time you go on this path, you think you're a superior human being though. You think you're better than everybody because you can hold your seed, and you call all of the regular 1 to 2 time a week gooners peasants in your eyes. You think they're just weak, inferior beings, and that's just how you will think until you eventually become one of them again. Game is game. But the last canon event I want to talk about is video games falling off as you get older. This one's more of a maturity thing. As you get older, I don't know if it's just me, but like video games just aren't as fun anymore. Like the only games I play now is NCAA, and it's really just to cool down or just to beat my friends. I'm not gonna lie, I can't get immersed in a game nowadays like I did back when I was younger. Maybe it's because I got responsibilities, or maybe it's just because games fell off. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of sad. Hopefully GTA 6 can bring that back out of me.
Hopefully,
so then
bro.
we will see. But I feel like every man kind of goes through this, and if you didn't, shouts out to you. But hey, go ahead and tell me anything I missed. You like this?
Oh my god, anything that you missed? I feel like a male canon event is another male canon event that he didn't realize is getting. Oh my god, nigga, a male canon event that every nigga has gone to was getting caught taking his shit in the school. What, nigga? Every nigga's gone through that shit. I remember, nigga, I took a shit in the school once, bro. This was high school, nigga. I took a shit in school. Took a shit in the school. Mean ass shit too, I ain't gonna lie. Apparently, I lasted 45 minutes in the shitter. But I didn't know. I thought it was just 15 minutes. I swear to God, I went in there, dropped the deuce, walked out, wiped my butt, did what I had to do. And I remember, bro, I put my pants down. I had these shoes, these obvious shoes that they know is me, nigga. And I remember this nigga, bro. This nigga Ty, bro, came in the bathroom. He actually came in the bathroom looking for me because I was taking too long in the shitter. That's how long I was taking, apparently. And the nigga said, "Oh, he taking a doozy." Nigga ran out, bro. As soon as I put my pants up, I heard him. I'm like, yeah, it's over. I heard his voice. I'm like, yeah, it's over. It's over. That's it. My life is ruined. Nigga, I put my pants up, wiped my butt, did what I had to do, finished taking the shitter, went straight to the classroom, bro, opened that door. Nigga, everybody was laughing. The teacher was like, "So what were you doing?" I'm like, "Miss." Yo, I had nothing to say. I'm like, miss, I was only gone. I stood quiet. And I'm like, what happened? She's like, class is done. And as soon as she says that, the door, the alarm rings. You know, next period is next. I'm like, miss, but I was only gone for 15 seconds, bro. When I tell you, everybody started dying laughing. They're like, yo, you was taking a dose, you was taking a shit. I was like, yeah, whatever. Just got my bags and went to the other fucking class, bro. Never took a shit in school again, ever. Never again. Hate school, nigga. Fuck that school, nigga. Word of me. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. That shit was insane, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting nightmares.